I was banned from the internet for having massive influence over the youth.
Yep, that's right. The king of misogyny is back. If you thought that he'd just left and disappeared off the face of the earth, you would be wrong. He is not for leaving. If you don't know who Andrew Tate is, not to worry. Here we go. Quick recap. He is an idiot. That is all you need to know about him. But why is he an idiot? I know, you're going to ask why. People ask why. You know, you give a blanket statement like that, people want to know. So he basically said a bunch of stuff. He indoctrinated a lot of people, particularly young people, kids and teens, into beating women and harassing them and having very, very extreme views. Now, if anybody knows me, you will know that I'm very open with things that can be talked about. I'm all for free speech. I really am. I am very much like, you could say what you like within reason in the comments, as long as you're not hurting anybody, right? And that is what I want to promote. But what he is about goes far, far beyond that. It is like a cult-like behavior. And my issue is that he is getting all the kids and all the teens and getting him to think like he does. And the way he thinks is so extreme. So I'm not going to play all the clips again. If you want to see them again, please go and visit my Andrew Tate playlist, which is getting a little bit big now. Well, I've done 2 previous videos. Recently, he announced that he's coming back. Well, he's not coming back. He's moving over since being booted from Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. He has announced that he's now going to be uploading on the alternative video sharing platform rumble.com, and they profess to not really caring about what you say, and you'll never get cancelled and kicked off their platform, basically. So that's happening. He's also had an interview. Now, again, I'm all for free speech, but this is stupidity, right? We're going to go through a little bit of this interview he did with a guy called Tucker, and just react to a little bit of it, because it did annoy me. Okay, I'm not gonna go through the whole thing because it was like 45 minutes, so I'm just gonna do a little bit, and then you can just sort of make your own minds up.
Welcome to Tucker Carlson Today. Andrew Tate, suddenly the most famous man on the internet, and then all of a sudden gone from the internet. A few days ago, banned by virtually every social media app on the internet around the world for reasons that no one explained and that are still not clear.
So this is the ever lovely and yet somewhat dim-witted Tucker Carlson, who seems to be under the impression that not only is it okay to give Andrew Tate a platform to speak and have him on his show, but to actually insult everybody's intelligence by saying that it's not being explained why Andrew Tate has been kicked off of all the platforms. I think that's quite ignorant.
Lots of mean things being written about Andrew Tate, but we have learned over time to trust our own experience.
and our own experience tends to tell us that violence towards women and anybody is not good. So is that the type of experience you're trusting your gut on? I'd hate to live with you.
Don't believe what you hear, go right to the source. And so today we're doing that. We're speaking to Andrew Tate himself, who is joining us, as far as we know, from Bucharest, Romania. Andrew Tate, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you very much for having me, Tucker.
Of course. So why do you think, and this is a sincere question because I don't know the answer, why do you think you were banned from the internet?
I was banned from the internet for having massive influence over the youth and for not aligning myself with the liberal degeneracy in which they want me to purport to the young people of the world today.
Okay, that right there, that is answering your own question. Why have I been kicked off? What is the problem with me being kicked off all the platforms? Because you have a huge influence over young minds. You can think what you want. You can be who you want. You can behave how you want within reason. But you can't put all that onto all the children of the world. That is just wrong on so many levels, and I don't get why he doesn't understand that. He thinks that he can say what he wants. His opinion is brilliant, and it's okay to inflict it upon young minds. There's certain other people that also had fantastic ideas and who are, I'm sure, very lovely people, you know. That guy in Germany that time who killed a bunch of people, well, him, right, he had a huge influence over people. Was it okay to allow him to continue just in the name of free speech and free actions? No, it wasn't, because it was wrong. There's certain things in society which are not acceptable, and you don't want to teach your kids how to behave that way. It is not your right to sit there and spew shit to other people's children. That is it. That is all. That is it. I don't see what is so fundamentally, incredibly hard to understand. He mustn't be as clever as he thought he was, really.
Well, so I want to get much deeper into that, but I'm just immediately amused by the phrase liberal degeneracy because, of course, they're accusing you of degeneracy. So you're saying that you exposed how degenerate they are, and they are, of course, completely degenerate. What did you say that they couldn't tolerate?
This Tucker actually thinks that the social media platforms are degenerate and the world is degenerate, and obviously Andrew Tate's in the right. I don't think it's painting you in the best light there, Tucker.
They banned me simply because I had large swaths of the population agreeing to very traditional masculine values. Teenage men and young men, 22, 23, 24, were looking up to me and aspiring to be like me. I have a very traditionally masculine life. I have fast cars and a big house and a lot of money and a beautiful girlfriend. And they thought this was very, very threatening.
No, trust me, they did not think that it was threatening that you had fast cars, a beautiful girlfriend, and a big house. Nobody thinks that's threatening. Nobody gives a damn how beautiful your girlfriend is and how big your house is and how fast your cars are. You can drive as fast as you want in Romania because, you know, in this country we have speed limits, etc., right? But the problem is that it's not really even the 22, 23-year-olds as you seem to think they are. It is the children, the youth, the teens that you are indoctrinating into, I don't know, you know, like mistreating their girlfriends and friends and just family and everything. Do you not think that might have something to do with it? Just putting it out there, Andrew, that just could be something to do with it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I have such traditional views of how a woman should be treated. Maybe I'm the one that's just warped or wrong, you know?
And for some reason, they decided that it's better if they annihilate me from the internet and replace me with somebody who's more aligned with whatever they're trying to purport.
Yeah, and who did they replace you with? Wasn't me, was it? I haven't been replaced. I haven't replaced you, Andrew. TikTok didn't come along and say, Dougal, come on. We need somebody who's got better views and better values than Andrew Tate. Come on, please. No, they didn't replace you with somebody who is aligned to their opinions. It's ridiculous. These type of people are ridiculous. When they bring up like conspiracy theorists about they're not allowed free speech, they're being silenced and things like that, it is ridiculous. I don't even know if they can even hear what they're thinking, let alone saying. It's just stupidity. Nobody is trying to silence them if you say something out of line. There are certain things you can and can't say in society. You can't go around waving a bloody sword if you want to. You know, that is quite threatening.
I sense that what you're saying is right. Again, I don't really know. But flesh it out a bit. Why would your message, your lifestyle, be so threatening to the people who banned you?
Yeah, it's an interesting question, because I've been banned under the guise of misogyny and dangerous person. And this is the first time this has ever happened. Like I said before, whenever this was happened, there was political affiliation, and now there really isn't. And it's a very slippery slope. I mean, it's dangerous enough when they're doing it to political rivals, but when they start doing it to anybody who simply says anything they don't like under any label, then this is the beginning of a large wave of censorship which is incoming.
Well, let me ask you this, Andrew. Have you ever stopped to take a look at yourself, took a step back and looked at what you were actually saying and the reasons why they might have a problem with it? It's not because they don't agree that you're a nice person or not a nice person. They don't actually care. You know, YouTube are very, very liberal when it comes to things that they allow. They don't care what you are, who you are, what you do. There are so many instances that I've seen of child endangerment, abuse and everything that are currently on YouTube. They won't remove it. They actually won't remove it. So if you think that YouTube simply just don't like you and don't agree with your point of view, you've got another thing coming. You must have done something insanely terrible for them to have sat up and taken notice. They don't just remove you because they don't like you. Ever. I know that from experience of trying to get through to the thick twats at YouTube, right? So please take a look at yourself, take a look at your lifestyle, take a look at the things that you say and the things that you're doing. There is something there. I'm sure you can figure it out.
They said I'm misogynistic. They said that I say things which are degrading and damaging to women. I strongly reject that point.
Seriously? Are you actually serious right now? You strongly reject that you say things that are damaging and degrading to women? Really? I thought you understood why they had a problem. You said that they don't align to you, or you don't align to their way of thinking, but you understood what your way of thinking was. But it sounds to me there like you don't actually understand it. You just said you did. What's wrong with you, Andrew? That is insane. Just look back at the videos you've done. It's not hard. Look back at them. Watch them. Watch them with an open mind, and you'll see. You'll see what we see.
What I do is I try and stick up for men. And what I do is I try and advertise to the world and to the young men of the world that they should avoid low quality people of all genders.
Low quality people. I want to know more about this low quality people that you're talking about. Tell me more. What's a low quality person?
And through clever censoring of me discussing important issues about men, and through clever editing of some of my videos from very long format into very, very short format, they've managed to media spin and purport the lie that I am some woman-hating misogynist when absolutely nothing could be further from the truth.
So I'm happy to let you speak for yourself. Tell us what your message is to young men.
Yeah, so I think that being a man is very, very difficult. I think that men's issues are largely overlooked. The people in charge of the world pretend to care. But when somebody who's championing men's issues like myself comes forward and finally manages to garner huge percentiles of the public support, I'm silenced. So they're not really interested in men's issues. And there's a lot of young men growing up today that feel very disaffected. They feel invisible. The agendas that are being forced down their throats are not agendas they align with or they feel affinity to or agendas they want. And I basically just say to men, look, it's a very hard life. You're going to need to get up, work hard, go to the gym. Strong body is a strong mind.
No, I believe you said something along the lines of, I've never had a mental health issue, but if you have mental health problems, the best thing for you is to go to the gym, work it off. Depression doesn't exist, etc., etc., from somebody who, in their own words, has never had these issues. Anyway, I've had enough. I'm bored of listening to him rabbit on about so much nonsense. It's unbelievable. He is over on rumble.com if you want to see him. Fortunately, not so many people do see him over there, and even less children see him, so that is a positive thing. Hopefully he will just fade away with the rest of the rubbish, and we won't have to see nor hear from him ever again. But if we do, I'll be here to cover him, because that's what we do. We take out the trash and put it to one side. Hope everyone has a lovely day now that you've had so much head-spinning nonsense. Please remember to give the video a massive thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and comment everything you want to comment down below. Thank you so much. Take care and bye-bye.